Hi guys, welcome back to our fourth episode of our street interview. This week is actually Insurance Week, but before we get started, there's actually a twist for this episode. Let's go find out more, shall we?
I can't imagine myself like living with my left hand and then so like not seeing anything. I cannot go like blind. Nah.
The experiment when you blindfold yourself, that was like the pain. Then the other one you throw the darts, that also they are quite painful.
This is what life is like without insurance. At some point in our lives, we have all run away from the insurance agent because we just don't see the need to buy insurance, or we do not want to deal with them hounding us. So, what exactly is insurance and what do you feel about it? Let's go find out more. Alright, let's get right into the questions. Okay, first question is, when you hear the word insurance, what immediately comes to mind? So like just describe it in one word.
Protecting yourself against risk. Maybe security. Yeah.
So protection and security. Alright.
For me, it's investments. Same. Like plan. Yeah, investment plan. Yeah, investment.
Agents, deals.
Second question, do you think insurance is useful for your current age?
Personally, I don't see a need for it because currently I feel like I'm very secure living without insurance. So I don't see a need for me to purchase any insurance product at the moment.
I think it really depends on what type of insurance. Like for example, like housing insurance, all that is not really necessary. But maybe in the case of like health insurance, then yeah, I think it's necessary.
I think at our current age is not really useful in my opinion, cause I think we are like not very exposed to the term insurance yet, and I don't think at this stage of our life it's really important because we're still like studying and like everything is like cared for by our parents. So yeah,
I think it depends because I think there's a huge range when it comes to insurance. So if you're talking about like bigger insurance like life insurance, then maybe for now no, because like what you say, you are being well taken off by our parents. For like maybe like for phone insurance or what, like materialistic objects, then maybe yes, because we tend to be more careless with things like that. So it really depends. Yeah.
The reason why you feel that insurance is not important is because nothing has happened to you. But when some things have happened to you, then you realize that actually insurance will give you choices. For example, to go to a government hospital or to go to a private hospital. The treatments and the service is totally different. And I always say, where's the best time to look for insurance? Before things happen or after things happen? So obviously the answer is before things happens, right? So definitely in the sense that when you buy insurance, you hope that you don't need to activate it, and if you have to activate it, make sure that it's adequately covered. I think that is my advice, that don't wait until you need it, then you start to think about insurance and it will be too late. Yeah, that's my encouragement to all the young people here. Okay, insurance is important. Okay, when you start work, first thing first, cover yourself well. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's because I have insurance already. So, I think insurance is important. I mean, from what I know, my mom have bought insurance from me since I was a baby. So, I think everything is good to have insurance, like your house, your car. So yeah, I think it's important.
Whether or not I'm going to have a 10, 20, 30 years of a healthy life is anyone's guess. Okay, we can do all it takes. We can run and eat healthy every day, but we can never be absolutely certain that we will live a perfectly healthy life, right? So therefore, if things happen and I suffer a physical impairment or have a lifelong medical condition that happens along the way, right? Question is, who do I impact the most? Okay, if it impacts nobody, by all means, we don't have to do insurance planning. But if it does impact somebody, then it becomes a choice. Do I want to make sure that I will ensure my financial independence through proper financial planning, insurance planning, or do I want to risk my parents' retirement money, retirement funds to take care of me in case things happen? So it's not about a question of is insurance important. It's a question of is financial independence important to me. That question will define whether or not insurance planning is important.
Right now, I'm going to quiz you guys about your knowledge of insurance. Okay, first question. The main purpose of life insurance is to A. Make up for lost earnings if an insured person is unable to work again. B. Pay for urgent medical expenses to save the life of an insured person if that is ever needed. C. Meet an insured person's debts and other financial commitments in the event of death. Or D. Provide a lump sum if an insured person is diagnosed with a life-threatening illness.
For me, I think it's B.
For me, I think it's D.
Okay.
I say A. I never hear anything except for D, so I think D.
Life-threatening illness.
Yes. Okay. The answer is actually C. So it's to meet the insured person's debts and other financial commitments in the event of death. Yeah. Okay, next question. Who is entitled to receive the life insurance benefit if the insured person dies?
Beneficiary.
Sorry, say that again.
Is it the beneficiary?
Can you think
I don't know who's successor.
Actually, the correct answer is beneficiaries. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that's correct. Oh my god, you guys actually know this.
Beneficiary?
Yeah, that is correct. Okay, third question is actually what factors will not increase your insurance premium? So A, working in the military, B, being of the male gender, C, aging, and D, none of the above.
I think it's D.
Okay.
B.
Okay. I think the answer is C, age. Not insurance. Not insurance. Then it's B, male. Yeah, I think it's B.
None of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above.
Okay. So actually the answer is none of the above. Being a guy actually increases the insurance premium. If you could ask a financial advisor anything with regards to insurance, what would that question be?
I will ask which insurance is better for me to buy at my current situation.
Let's take a look at the purpose of taking insurance plans. Okay, is that when it comes to protection for anyone that we have interviewed, right? Protection means different things to different people. Okay, for some, protection means providing for somebody that we love and care if I'm not there for them. Okay, we call this family protection. To another, the parents may not be a dependent. In fact, parents may be so wealthy that they don't need my money. Okay, but on the other hand, it is about, regardless of how wealthy they are, it is a question of if I'm not well someday, or if I suffered a disability, happen to have been involved in an accident or had a medical condition, do I want to be independent or do I want to be a liability?
I think for myself, just wanna know if different level of financial classes, like in terms of your SES, will you be entitled to have more insurance coverage? Yeah. So it's like if you are richer, will you have more a higher amount that will be returned, in terms of that.
So obviously, as time goes by, as we grow our wealth, as we earn more income, do we then naturally increase our insurance? Obviously, that is a yes, right? Because if you think about it, right, how much is $1 million? Well, if today I'm a student, $1 million looks like a heavenly number, because my allowance $300 a month, 1 year 3,006. If you take 1,000 divided by 3,006, alright, it's a heavenly number. But there will come to a point when we come out to work, and maybe a starting pay of 3,000 a month or 50,000 annual income. $1 million is just maybe 20 years income. But at some point, when we draw 100,000, $1 million is just 10 years pay. And one day, if I run a successful business, I become maybe, I don't know, a senior management with a $500,000 package. $1 million is just 2 years income. So the question here is this: if assuming I had a mishap, okay, maybe a traffic accident, alright, if I had to take the culprit to court, how much would I sue for, right? The annual income is 50,000. I'll probably sue for my next 30 years loss of income, maybe 1.5 million, 2 million. But if my loss of income is $500,000 for the next 20 years, alright, obviously I'll sue for more. So if you think about it, why does that happen, right? It's simply because with growing income, if my income is affected because of poor health or an injury, I would tend to lose more, and with more income we tend to have more responsibilities. So which is why naturally, as we grow our wealth, as we grow our income, there's always a need to raise up and widen the safety net, make the safety net stronger, so that we are compensated a more meaningful sum. Okay, so yes, with time, with affluence, yes, there's a need to increase and make sure that our coverage, our safety net is more adequate.
What are some useful insurance for young adults, like age 16 to 21? And why is it necessary for us to get insurance at such a young age?
Maybe like when it comes to life, or like like objects or whatever in life, which insurance plan would be the best? Yeah, or like
More suitable for you. Alright.
How to go about selecting what type of insurance is the best, and also how to consolidate like all the different insurance plans out there, because there's so many, and even if you want to start, you don't know where to start.
Okay, I think for fresh graduates, okay, or your first time in the workforce, first thing basic is this life insurance. Make sure that you're covered for death, disability, and illness. Of course, the question is that why I'm so young, why do I need to have a life insurance? So actually, death and disability normally it's not a concern nowadays, okay, because parents are all well-to-do, but it's more on the major illness. But I always say that the death and disability payout is more like a token of appreciation that you can give to your parents for taking care of you till now, okay? So the likely things that probably you will use, especially when you're young, will be basically major illness. Okay, in case you get a major illness, at least you're being compensated and you will not be a liabilities or burden to your parents. Next will be hospitalization. Okay, make sure that you have a good hospitalization plan and cover you well, so that basically in the sense that in case if you have to really be admitted to hospital, at least the bills are taken care of. Also, personally, for fresh grad, my advice is a life insurance and hospitalization plan for the start. Yeah. I think one common question is that people always say that, oh, I don't need insurance. Okay, so I always say the question is, you don't need insurance or you don't believe in paying for insurance. Okay, why do I say this? So give an example. So I always will ask is that today if insurance company is giving promotion and we are giving out 1 million term policy free today, would you take up? Okay, most of our answer is yes lah. So the question is that okay, from here we understand that most people understand the benefit of insurance. It's just that people don't believe in paying for insurance. So they say, oh, I don't need insurance. Yeah, but if insurance is free, everybody wants insurance. Yeah, so I think it's better, okay, to have a preventive, okay, to cover yourself well before things happen, and not wait until things happen, then you realize that you have not enough adequate. So insurance is important, okay, and I trust that, okay, you have to make a commitment that you need to budget some money to pay for the insurance. And I always say this, okay, someday, somehow, okay, somebody have to pay. Okay, it's either you pay or your family pay. Okay, today what you pay for in installment is called premium, but what you pay in the future in the lump sum is called your savings. So which will be a more expensive way to pay? Yeah, so that's my advice to all the young people here. Yep, thank you.